Phenomenal quarterback, great player. Great player. I mean, look, great player. Great player. He paved the way for the undersized quarterback. It used to be that you had to be 6'4", 6'5", to be like considered, at least 6'2" to be considered to be even possibly be a good quarterback. You can't see over the line, man, and all this stupid stuff. But he was one of the first guys in the modern era, because you used to have a lot of short quarterbacks back in the day, but he was one of the guys in the modern era, after everybody fell in love with the statuesque quarterbacks. He was one of the first ones to come along and dispel that myth that you got to be tall to be a quarterback. Great player. And also, as I've told you guys plenty of time, he's done more for the black community than any player in American sports history. Drew Brees has done more for the black community than any player in American sports history. I know that's a bold statement. I know people looking at me like, what? Drew Brees? That's an odd name to throw out there with such a bold proclamation. Well, yeah, I can understand that. How that's kind of something that you guys would probably be like, that can't be true. However, Drew Brees has done more for the black community than any player. I want you guys to remember, Drew Brees plays in a city that is 60% black, okay? Just to give you some reference, Chicago's 30% black. New York is 23% black. Okay? Just to give you, LA is 9% black. Just to give you some reference, New Orleans is 60% black. Okay? Drew Brees played in that city. He became the heart of that city. The amount of dollars, I mean money, I'm talking about dollars. I ain't talking about, hi, I'm such and such athlete, and I'm asking y'all to donate y'all money to XYZ cause. Please make a donation. Visit the website and donate your money. Hi, I'm so-and-so black athlete superstar that just made $80 billion last year, and I'm asking y'all to give y'all money to XYZ cause. I'm pledging $10,000. Will you match my pledge? No. Drew Brees gives his own money, tons of it, to causes that directly affect the black community in a mostly black city. So we're not talking about just like, okay, because some of y'all are going to say, well, the city mostly black. No. The things he donates his money to, the causes, when it was Katrina, the schools and the neighborhoods he donated to were the black communities. When it was Sandy, the neighborhoods he donated to were the black communities. When it was the pandemic, the neighborhoods and the communities he donated was the black communities. No one has done more for the black community. No player has done more for the black community than Drew Brees. Period. Point blank. End of story. And he'll forever go down as a racist because he made Malcolm Jenkins cry when he said that he didn't care what anybody else did, but he was going to stand for that anthem. He's not going to. If you want to kneel, that's on you. But me, Drew Brees, I'm standing because my grandparents fought in the war, and I'm standing for the anthem. And that made Malcolm Jenkins cry, and because of that, Drew Brees has been donned a racist.
Yeah, I promise you this, the onslaught of shit that we have to deal with is fucking crazy right now. understand how hurtful, how insensitive your comments are. You are part of the problem. To think that because your grandfathers served in this country and you have a great respect for the flag, that everybody else should have the same ideals and thoughts that you do is ridiculous. And it shows that you don't know history. Because when our grandfathers fought for this country and served, and they came back, they didn't come back to a hero's welcome. They came back and got attacked for wearing their uniforms. They came back to people, to racism, to complete violence. And then here we are in 2020 with the whole country on fire. Everybody witnessing a black man dying being murdered at the hands of the police.
Hit one if you think for 1 second that George Floyd, high off drugs, big 6'5", 275, high off drugs, multiple stints in the pen for armed robbery, had walked up on Malcolm Jenkins, man, you know what I'm saying, man, can I hold $5, man, you know, give me cigarettes on how to use this funky fake $20 bill to get a pack of cigarettes, man. You think you can let me hold $5, brother? Hit one if you think Malcolm Jenkins would have given him $5. Hit two if you think Malcolm Jenkins would have ignored him, walked away, anything other than gave him $5. Big, rusty, old street dude need $5, so he don't have to use a fake 20 to go buy some cigarettes. Who think this guy would have gave him $5?
Everybody witnessing a black man dying being murdered at the hands of the police, with his just in cold blood for everybody to see. The whole country's on fire, and the first thing that you do is criticize one's peaceful protest. That was years ago when we were trying to signal a sign for help and signal for our allies and our white brothers and sisters, the people we consider to be friends, to get involved. It was ignored, and here we are now with the world on fire, and you still continue to first criticize how we peacefully protest because it doesn't fit in what you do and your beliefs, without ever acknowledging that the fact that the man was murdered at the hands of police in front of us all, and that it has been continuing for centuries. That the same brothers that you break the huddle down with before every single game, the same guys that you bleed with and go on a battle with every single day, go home to communities that have been
decimated by black-on-black violence, gangs, single mother households, irresponsible behavior, the inability to work together, the inability to pool the resources, group economics, voting reflexively for the Democratic Party. That's what's been destroying your community, Malcolm Jenkins. Not Drew Brees saying he ain't gonna stand for the national anthem, saying he gonna stand for the national anthem. Not Drew Brees saying he gonna stand for the national anthem. That's not what's destroying your community. You must ain't been to the community in a while, Malcolm.
Other people experience something totally different than you. Then when you talk about being the brotherhood and all this other bullshit, it's just lip service, or it's only on the field. Because when we step off this field and I take my helmet off and I'm a black man walking around America and I'm telling you I'm dealing with these things, I'm telling you my communities are dealing with these things, and your response to me is, don't talk about that here. This is not the place. Where's the place, Drew? I'm disappointed. I'm hurt. Because while the world tells you that you're not worthy, that your life doesn't matter, the last place you want to hear from are the guys that you go to war with and that you consider to be allies and to be your friends.
Another thing that's just decimating and destroying our community is overly emotional males, grown men. Golly, that's a grown man crying because another grown man said, look, y'all do what y'all do. I'm standing for that. He's crying on the internet because of it. And saying that that guy is the reason for the problems in his community. Because a guy who he wouldn't even have shook George Floyd's hand. I'm going to tell you like this right now. And this is before the pandemic. He'd have seen George Floyd, looking kind of disheveled and, you know how he looked, man. You saw the video, man. And you'd seen his background. He had times when he was up and times when he was down. But in this time, I'm not talking about George Floyd when he was hanging out with Scarface and DJ Screw. I'm talking about George Floyd at that time. George Floyd would have walked up and tried to give Malcolm that. Malcolm would have gave him the elbow, like, hey, or he wouldn't even gave him a fist bump. I don't know, like. And now he acting like his life ain't never. Come on, man. Y'all need to, this stuff getting out of hand, man. Y'all need to stop this, man. And I know all lives. Well, can't say that. Can't say all lives matter. That's cooning. I know every life matters, which is the same thing, but it is the exact same thing. Every life matters. And that guy's life meant something, but come on, man. By that logic, you should act like that every time somebody passes away. And I'm just mad that Drew Brees had to come out and put the name of Jacob Blake. Drew Brees had to come up with Jacob Blake on his helmet, man, to make up for his racist, insensitive comment of saying, well, I'm standing for the anthem. He had to come out and try to prove to black folk that he wasn't racist. And it's like, you done did that your whole career by giving money. Malcolm Jenkins asked for other people money. He asked the NFL to donate money. He went and begged a bunch of corporations for money to give to the black community. Drew gave his own money. Malcolm Jenkins out here with a passing around a collection plate, trying to get your money. Give me the money and then I'll give it to the black community. That's what Malcolm Jenkins' thing is. He one of them. Give me the money and then I'll, you know how that work out. But yeah, he had to put a Jacob Blake on his helmet. And this was totally unnecessary, Drew. This was totally unnecessary. After all you done, man. Salute to Drew Brees, man. A great player, a great human being. I mean, a human being. A sensational human being. A great guy. Top notch. As I said, done more for the black community than any player in the history of American professional sports. But besides that, just a dynamite guy, man. I mean, you ever hear him talk? I mean, damn, man, he's a great human being, man. Get in the comment section, like, subscribe, donate. Peace, I'm out.